So let's talk about illustrating boredom from the Cosmic Adventures of Astrid and Stella, Comet Together. So in the very beginning of the first chapter, Comet Together, Astrid and Stella are just incredibly bored because they've read all of their comic books, which are their version of comic books, a gajillion times. So I loved how you captured boredom in these initial pages, Eunice. Can you talk to us about it?
Well, so it was actually inspired a lot of it by, well, it was inspired a lot by feelings that I remember feeling and sort of like facial expressions and things I remember making when I was a kid. But also, somewhere along the way, I saw there's a photographer who shot his daughter sitting in a chair over time with nothing to do. And she did this thing where she kind of like spun around on the chair and was like hanging upside down sometimes, kind of like draped over the back sometimes. And that really I loved that visual of boredom. And I love this one here too, where Stella is losing it and shredding her comic books and just...
Yeah, and then on the next spread, you have her clawing at her face,
the face
is so
drag, the face drag. I think that might actually be my daughter. I think does that to me too, and she's like, "I'm so bored."
Yeah, exactly. And then Astrid tries to reason with her and tell her that it's boredom is natural because the brain craves freshness, and then she gets all indignant, saying, "It's my brain's fault." And I love how you have her like hand in the air,
yes,
and then she's begging to like change her brain so that she's no longer bored.
Yes.
So I feel like these are all really relatable responses to boredom, and they're just hilarious. And then we have Bobo coming in, actually giving them a little bit of education about neuroscience and mindfulness, about how you actually have a moment between the stimulus and response. You can choose a reaction, so you don't have to be bored. You can choose a different way to respond to the repetition of these comic books. And my favorite detail here is how you drew this, both the anthropomorphized brains, but also the little pun we snuck in, which is he's drawing on a chalkboard and it says, "I'm bored," and that's crossed out and to read bored.
Can't resist a good pun.
Cannot resist a good pun.